Okay, I know it's after St. Patrick's Day, but I want to tell you just a little bit more about Irish spelling and pronunciation because it's really interesting. Now, you've all seen the name Siobhan, which is Irish for Joan or Yvonne or, well, you know, the feminine version of Sean, which means John, which means Jan, etc. You will notice in the middle of Siobhan there is a BH. That spells V, not B, but V. Okay, the reason that Irish Gaelic has this BH thing going on as opposed to a simple V, in part has to do with a phonological change that happens as a result of Irish morphosyntax. What I mean by that is that certain consonants in certain words change depending on the syntactic position of the word. All right, I'm just going to cut to the chase. Basically, certain letters will get an H written after them in certain cases to indicate that their sound changes. So B and M, B and M, for instance, become V or W, depending on the dialect and the word and so forth. P becomes F. This is nice, straightforward. K, and C is always pronounced K. Always, always, always. Never Sa, always K. CH is Ch, which is really straightforward. Okay, now D and G. D and G. Both of them become G or Y or nothing at all, depending on the word and the dialect and so forth. Got that? This is going to throw you off. You probably think, wait, haven't I heard of something like a the? You might have heard a the, but that's just a version of D. DH is like GH, is like G or Y or nothing. Now, S and T both become H. Yes, that's right. If you hear sh, that's just S with an E or an I after it, as in Sean and Siobhan. If you hear th, no, you're really hearing t, and it's just T in a different circumstance. S, H, and TH become H. And then there's FH, which becomes, listen close, it's, yeah, it's nothing at all, you don't say it. Now there's one other thing, a thing that they like to call eclipsis, which is where a letter takes a different sound and just gets that sound written before it. It's a different direction of process, and I think if I just list them off, you'll get the idea. P becomes B, T becomes D, K becomes G, F becomes V, B becomes M, D becomes N, and G becomes Ng. All right? Now, I'm not going to give you a whole bunch of examples of these words, but I thought I would just give you a little instance of something in Irish Gaelic so that you can see the relationship between spelling and pronunciation. It's just a nice song I learned from Altan. The last verse, not going to do the whole thing. Hjörn me shahai ragas, hjörn me shahyar, hjörn me shakarke gasrajana wailaklia, makasal machain, nihaka me sharya, shimpan hisatag, machri kraitya.